morning, students. Dear students, just we are in the yesterday's class. We are all learnt something about the Earth, our living planet. Under that, we are going to learn about the size of the Earth and geographical features of Earth and the shape of the Earth and the size of the Earth and also latitudes and longitudes and important latitudes, such kind of several aspects learned under yesterday's class, previous classes. So after the completion of those aspects, dear students, today we are going to learning something about longitude and time. We are going to learning something about longitude and time. So dear students, today we are going to discussing something about longitude and time, and also we are going to know something about local time. See, and another one is that is standard time. Standard time, and also know something about time zones. And international dateline. See, dear students, so these are all the several aspects today we are going to discuss. See, dear students, just we are in the yesterday's class, we already know the meaning of longitude. Any one of you please remember yourself what the longitude means. Yes, definitely. Longitudes are imaginary lines that intersect equator at the right angle joining the north and south are called as longitudes. See, all those things we are going to learn. We are learned in the yesterday's class. So, dear students, there are 360 longitudes are there. The zone between the prime meridian and 180 east longitude is called as eastern hemisphere, and the opposite zone is called as the western hemisphere. Dear students, the distance between two consecutive longitudes decrease gradually with distance from the equator. This is because the meridians of longitude coverage at two poles. On the equator, the distance between two consecutive meridians is 111 kilometers. 111 kilometers, that was the distance between the longitudes. So all those things already we are learnt in just in the yesterday's classes. After that, today we know something about what is the relationship between time and longitude. Is there any positive relations happened between time and longitude? Yes, definitely, dear students. There is a close relationship. There is a close bonding between longitudes and time. How? See, there is a definite relation between longitude and time. The earth is rotating on its axis and completes one rotation in 24 hours. The Earth rotates its own axis. It rotates its own axis, completes one rotation in 24 hours. Earth, one rotation completes in 24 hours. Serious ones. Earth rotated on its own axis. It rotates, takes one rotation, completion of one rotation. It takes 24 hours. That is what we call day. That is what we call a day. And this means 360 latitudes are covered in a period of 24 hours. Please observe this, dear friends. There are totally 360 latitudes are there. It means within a 24 hours, 360 latitudes are covered. Latitudes are covered. And are covered in a period of 24 hours. So this gives rise a time difference of 4 minutes for every 1 degree of latitude. And 60 minutes or 1 hour for every 15 degrees of latitude. That's why 360 into 4, 360 into 4 equals 1440 by 60. See, equals 1 day. It means 24 hours or a day. So this is the rotational system of Earth. And the time differences is to be added EGA. The time differences to be added EGA. East gain add. EGA. East gain added. Gain added. See, that is what we call EGA. East gain added. So that was the difference of the time, what we call EGA. In case of places to the east of GMT, GMT means Greenwich Meridian Time. And in case of places to the west, the time difference is to be subtracted WLS, west last subtract. WLS. It means west loss subtract. West loss subtract. West loss subtract. So this is what we call WLS. See, dear students, in this way, longitude have close relationship with the time. Are you understand, dear students? There is a close relationship with meridians. Okay. See, dear students, what is local time now? at that place is known as the local time. Shall I repeat the definition of the local time once again, dear friends? The time according to the magnitude of a place. The time according to the magnitude. The time according to the magnitude of a place, or according to the position of sun, or according to the position of the sun, according to the position of the sun at that place, known as local time, See, dear students, this is the definition of the local time. See, the local time means the time according to the longitude of a place, or according to the position of the sun at that place, known as local time. See, dear friends, this is based on the local meridian passing over the place. This is based on the local meridian passed over on that. On that basis, we can identify the local timings. And when the sun is shining vertically, when the sun is shining vertically over the longitude, it is 12 noon at that place. The sun shining vertically over the meridian, where we observe or identify that there is a 12 noon. There is a noon. And all places situated on the same meridian. All places situated on the same meridian have the same local time. Every longitude has its own local time. Every longitudes. Its own local time. So each meridian timings or differ. When sun shine vertically on the meridians, where the time become 12 noon. So in this way, all longitudes its own local time. So this is what we call local time. So after that, standard time. What it means? Pramanita vele. That is in Kannada. Yenadu pramanita vele antandre. See, standard time as the local time varies from place to place, it would create considerable confusions if each place were to follow its own local time. I mean, as the local time varies from place to place, it would create considerable confusions if each places were to follow its own local times. In order to avoid these confusions, many countries follow uniform time throughout the country. Throughout the country. Every country follows its own time for the avoiding of several confusions of the times. So that uniform time is based on central meridian of the country. Uniform time is based on central meridian of the country. Central meridian of the country. Central meridian of the country. That is what we call when we are going to adopt a standard time of that country where identified one central meridian. On the basis of that central meridian, we can identify the standard time of that country. So that the most important city central meridian is most important city is located. This uniform time which is followed throughout a country is called as standard time. In India, 82.5 degree east latitude. 82.5 degree east latitude is considered as prime meridian of India. This is what considered as the standard meridian of the country. It passes through Allahabad of Uttar Pradesh. The time based on this meridian is called as Indian Standard Time, IST. Indian Standard Time. So this is 82.5 degree east latitude. It was passing over the Allahabad of Uttar Pradesh. Allahabad of UP, Uttar Pradesh. That is what we call central meridian or standard meridian of the country. On the basis of this, we can follow Indian Standard Time, IST. Indian Standard Time. Indian Standard Time. Indian Standard Time. That is what we call IST. Indian Standard Time. That is central meridian of the country. See, dear students, let's pass through the Allahabad of Uttar Pradesh. The time based on this meridian is called as Indian Standard Time. It is 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of GMT. It is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of GMT. Greenwich Meridian Time Zone. When comparing to GMT, our times 5 hours 30 minutes go ahead. See, this is what we call standard time and Indian Standard Time. So after that, there is a time zones. ವೇಳಾ ವಲಯಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ವೇಳಾ ವಲಯಗಳು, time zones. There are several time zones are there. See, in a certain countries, of the world, in a certain countries of the around the world, where the zones, longitudinal extent is so large, more than 45 degree of longitude, that there is often a difference of 3 to 4 hours between one part to another part. So the land surface is divided into time zones. Time zones. The land surface divided into several time zones. The whole globe is categorized into 24 such time zones. In whole globe divided into 24 time zones. How many time zones? Across the world, there are 24 time zones are there. That the time in each zone differs from the other by only 1 hour. There is a difference by all the time zones, only 1 hour differences we can see. So large countries like Russia, United States of America, Canada and Australia have vast longitudinal extent. Therefore, they have different types of time zones. For example, Russia has 11 time zones. Russia have 11 time zones. Russia have 11 time zones. In the USA and Canada have 5 time zones. USA and Canada have 5 time zones. 5 time zones are there. And in Australia has 3 time zones. Australia have 3 time zones. And in India, there is only one time zone, that is Indian Standard Time. So in this way, vast longitudinal extents have their different type of time zones, especially large countries like Russia, America, Canada, Australia. Such kind of countries have so many time zones. For example, Russia have 11 time zones, USA, Canada have 5 time zones, Australia have 3 time zones. On the globe, there are 24 time zones. Each time zones differ 1 hour. See, this is what we call time zones. Time zones. Vela valayagalu anta correct. Vela valayagalu, time zones. See, after that now we can move to international dateline. Antarrashtriya Dinarekhe. What it means? What the international? It means IDL. What it means? What the IDL means? International dateline. It means IDL. International dateline. What it means? So, dear students, the problem of time in countries of the world was solved first by the standard time and then by the zonal time. All the countries' time problem solved by the very first time, standard time. After that, the problem's completion with the zonal time. But the circumnavigation of the world brought a new problem in keeping the correct date and day in the week for the travelers. Therefore, a line passing through 180-degree meridian diametrically opposite to the GMT. Diametrically opposite to the GMT, adopted as the point where circumnavigators should make adjustment. Where circumnavigators should make adjustment. This line is supposed to pass Pacific Ocean along the 180-degree meridian, but makes a short detours in order to avoid land masses. This is known as the international date line, because the date and the day is changed whenever the people cross this line by ships or aeroplanes. By ships or aeroplanes, the day and date become a changes. See, for example, any ship crossing this line, international date line, from west, I mean Asia to North America, to east takes a day twice. While the ship crossing this line from east to, for example, North America to Asia, to west drops 1 day. So, west to east gain a day, and east to west drops 1 day. So, this is what we call international date line. This is what we call international date line. International date line. See, dear students, these are all the several aspects on latitude and time. So, this is what we call time zones and local time and standard time and international date line. See, dear students, all those things you are learned under today's class. Okay, dear students, where arises in this unit so many questions. Among them, the important questions are like this. First question is, why is the Earth called living planet? Second one is, why is the northern hemisphere called land hemisphere and southern hemisphere called as water hemisphere? And another one is, what are latitudes and longitudes? What are latitudes and longitudes? And what is the difference between local time and standard time? What is the difference between local time and standard time? And what is the international date line? What is the international date line? See, these are all the several important questions appeared on the unit called the Earth, our living planet. The Earth, our living planet. And later on, several definable questions are there. For example, heading is asked like this: define the following. For example, unique planet, equator, geode, and continents, prime meridian, Indian Standard Time. So these are all the definable questions. Shall I repeat once again the definable aspects? Number one is unique planet. Number second, equator. Number third, geode. Number fourth, continents. Number fifth, prime meridian. Number six, Indian Standard Time. See, these are all the definable questions. You must try to define these things. And another one is, several terms are going to be remembered on the basis of this unit. So they are called terms to remember. Among them, number one is living planet, geode, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, zonal time, international dateline. See, these are all the several terms for your remembrance. Okay? See, these are all the several important questions and several remembering points appeared in this unit. So after that, several fill in the blanks questions also there. Among them, number one is the total geographical area of the earth is a dash square kilometers. You must be answered for this. Okay. Number one is fill in the blanks. Number first question is like this. The total geographical area of the earth is dash square kilometers. And the second question is, the shape of the earth is dash. The shape of the earth is dash. And the third one is, the equatorial and polar diameters of the earth is dash and dash kilometers. The equatorial and polar diameters of the earth is dash and dash kilometers. And fourth one is, the 23.5 degree north latitude is called as dash. The 23.5 north latitude is called as dash. And the last question is, the Indian Standard Time is based on dash longitude. The Indian Standard Time is measured or based on dash longitudes. See, dear students, these are all the several important questions in the form of fill in the blanks, in the form of answer the following questions, and in the form of defining the following, and in the form of terms to remember. All the different forms of questions appear in this unit. So dear students, I hope that you all understand very nicely of this unit. Is it right? Yes. If you all understand very nicely, now I am going to give an activity on the base of this unit. Please write down the activity name in your notebook. Please open your notebook and write down. I will dictate to you. Okay. See, activity is like this. List out the countries. List out the countries of the Eastern Hemisphere and the Western Hemisphere on the basis of language. magnitudes. This is the activity you must complete it. Shall I repeat the activity name once again? Yes. List out the countries of the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere on the basis of longitude. On the basis of longitude. Okay, this is the activity for your works. You must complete it. Okay. After the completion of this unit, you have any doubts, please ask me later. Okay. See, after that the unit, the Earth, our living planet, is over. That's why I am stopped here. Remaining new lesson will be started on next class. Start on next classes. Okay. Thank you very much.